It may sound cliche at this point, but no matter who you are, whether you're tall or short, fat, skinny, black, white, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. Everyone, no matter where you are in life, needs to take the time out of your day to be grateful for everything that you do have. Stop focusing so much on what you don't have and take a little bit of time out of your day to feel how good it is to say that, wow, I have a shirt on my back. I have a house. I have friends and family. I have this, that, and the third. You can be grateful for the big things and the small things. You can be grateful for the tangible things and the not so tangible things. Hell, you can even be grateful for the things that haven't even manifested yet, because you can be grateful that you've been heard by your God or you've been heard by the universe, and your manifestation will come into fruition at due time. That in itself is enough to be grateful for. And I say it might sound cliche because people always say that like it's a big lesson. It's not. That lesson is as old as time. But there's a reason why you forget some of the no-name artists out there, and you remember the classics. You remember the lessons that have been echoed throughout eons of history. Be grateful. Simple as that. I was sitting out here and I was just literally going through this exercise. I was grateful for just waking up today. I was grateful for the fact that my car made it to the park. I was grateful for the fact that I remembered everything without having to go back in my house 15 times. You know what I'm saying? You could be grateful for simple things like that. But when I was going through my list, one thing surprised me that I said to myself. You could be, most people, when you say practice your greatness, they'll look around and look for the physical things that they're grateful for. And some people can be grateful for the amount of healing you've gone through in the last year, how much weight you've lost, certain things that aren't really tangible like that. For me, I was grateful for the order in which I learned certain lessons. If you get some things out of order, it ain't going to work. If you press the brake pedal and you expect your car to go, you're doing things backwards. You know what I'm saying? So the two of the lessons that I've learned, and I was so happy I learned them early on, you've heard me repeat them multiple times throughout my channel. The first one is from Carl Jung, and it's, I shall not commit the fashionable stupidity of regarding anything that I cannot explain as a fraud. I feel like most people need to hear that, because people will tell you that you're wrong about something that they themselves have never even heard of, that they never even researched, but they're wrong because that person never even heard of it. You see what I'm saying? What sense does that make? An easy example, hair. Some people look at this as a dirt catcher. It's mangy. It looks gross. It's unprofessional. Whereas us, for anybody's conscious, spiritual, or whatever, for most people, we just like the way our hair looks. We like the fact that we've shown this much commitment to ourselves to keep our hair this long and this healthy. You know what I'm saying? But if you're getting spiritual with it, it's like, okay, well, it brings down more ether energy into myself. This is just coiling energy like copper coils in an electric line. That's how we see it. It's a spiritual purpose to us. But for people that don't have locks, they can have their opinions. You see how this works? That's why you shouldn't call something stupid simply because you don't understand it or have no experience with it. The second one is, don't be so high and mighty that you're no earthly good. You've heard me say this multiple times. I got this from Brother Yosef from New Life Tools channel on YouTube. I said he was one of the people that I saw very early on to my spiritual journey. And ever since he said that, I committed that to memory because I see it all the time. All of you know that the health freak or the super duper spiritual person that has to sage you and Palo Santo you and spray you with some water before you walk into their house. You know what I'm saying? We've seen like the health freak that says, you can't eat that, you can't do that, and blah, blah. And they're trying to force feed their opinions, no pun intended, force feed their opinions onto you, right? It's like, because they think that they're the high and mighty. They think they're the authority now. They think that they can't be touched. But one of the things I've been saying this entire time is balance. That's one of the other cliches. But balance, If you are so-called so high and mighty and spiritual, why do you have earthly problems? How can you put yourself above me when you're sharing some of the same problems that I have, and this person hasn't even read a spiritual book yet? They don't know what crystals do. They don't even meditate. They just drink. But they can still spit some game to you, but you're so high and mighty that you can't even comprehend that this lower vibrational being could teach you something. That's weird. I bask in balance. I understand the duality of this matrix, but I also stay within a certain balance. And unless I have a personal proclivity to a certain side of the polarity. Either way, it's like, especially the high and mighty people, it's like, I bask in the light of love and my aura shall protect me from all darkness. I'm like, that's cute. But some of these demons out here, they don't give a shit about your little light blanket, bro. They don't care. They're going to be like, what are you What are you doing? Ah, bring that ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need to, in my humble opinion, you need to be well versed on both sides. Quite recently, I haven't even started reading it yet. I'm just flipping through some of the pages, but I have like a complete book about demonology. I'm learning about the demons. I don't mean I'm about to go sit here summoning Cthulhu in my free time, but I want to know these entities' names. For example, you want to be a light soldier, a light warrior, a light worker, all that type of stuff. I'm right there with you, bro. We here with it. However, how are you going to lead your people if you don't know what's on the other side? If you don't know what's hurting other people that aren't awake yet? If you don't even know this thing, for example, like the word behemoth meant devil in certain texts, in certain languages. So we're calling our sports stars, he's a behemoth in the field. Oh, he's a behemoth in this industry. You're calling him a devil. You see how we live in this like backwards ass society? But if you don't delve into the dark side, if you don't delve into the left-hand path to learn what the enemy is working with, you on the light are putting your hands behind your back. You're on pure defense mode. How can you attack if you don't know the correct entity to attack if you're this light being? That's just how I look at things. It's like you can learn, like there's certain plants in nature. Oh, we gotta be one with nature. Okay, nature understands duality. There's some flowers that bloom like when the sun comes up and they close up at night. There's some animals that sleep during the day and wake up at night. Just because they're night and just because you sleep at night and they're up in the nighttime, they're bad. Oh no, it's almost like there's another way of looking at things. There's another perspective that's outside of your paradigm. No matter how many books you read, no matter how much you meditate, there's still going to be something that's outside of your field of understanding. You see? That's why you need to cover your bases, cover all polarities. Right now in society, we live on you have to be this or you have to be this. What about all this room in the middle? If you're balanced, oh, so you're too pussy to pick a side? What do you mean? No, you said some interesting arguments that I do agree with, but I highly disagree with X, Y, and Z. And same goes to you. So I'm going to lean here. I could be a little bit more left, a little bit more right, a little bit more dark, a little bit more light. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But we live in this world where you have to pick your team. We've done this with religion. We've done this with spirituality. We've done this with politics. We've done this with health. It's like everyone, no matter where you are, conscious or unconscious, you're on the spectrum somewhere. But for those of us that pick our side, we automatically demonize and make enemies of the people that are on the opposite polarity as if they don't see their own things that made them think the way that they think. All I'm saying is once you find balance, it's very easy to tell who's off balance. A lot of you super duper spiritual people need to check your egos at the door. Oh, he's angry. Oh, he's upset, but I'm too high vibrational but you're being pompous and condescending. You see how from me looking up at you in your high and mighty perch, you're getting kind of annoying? You could be looked as very facetious and very self-aggrandizing. Well, that's my perspective of you. Are you going to fix it just because I said that about you? Or am I too low for you? You see how this works? This is why we need balance. And when you're grateful for everything, you're grateful for everything that came into your life. You're grateful for the lessons. These are the things that help me and help guide my vision. But other people may not have learned this lesson, which is evident. But there'll be the same way that I can see that they haven't learned certain lessons, that person may have learned a lesson that I haven't yet. It's just that simple. It's like you should be grateful for everything. You should be grateful for the ground that you're sitting on. You should be grateful for the fact that you woke up. My birthday just passed. And, like I just told somebody, I was like, yo, it's just another day. He says, well, they said, I look at every day as a celebration. Every day of life is a gift and all this type of stuff. I'm like, that's exactly why I said it's another day. I'm happy when I wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that I'm awake. I'm happy that I can get up and do something. I'm happy I can work out. I'm happy I can make a video. I'm grateful for all this type of stuff. Do I still demand more from my life, from this experience? Of course I do, and there's nothing wrong with it. But in the meantime, I'm going to be grateful for what I got, because when I carry around an energy, an aura, a frequency, a vibration of gratitude, what am I transmitting to the universe? What am I transmitting to God? What am I telling the higher level entities that only speak in vibrations? What am I saying to them? I'm saying that I'm grateful, and like attracts like. If you walk around with gratitude, if you walk around with gratefulness, you'll be just fine and you will reap the rewards. Till the next one.